In the depths of the dark corridors of Arkmont College, many secrets lurked, some forgotten, while others continued to dwell in shadow. On that fateful evening when the autumn mist clenched the building in its icy embrace, a group of students decided to spend the night exploring these mysteries. Mark, Anna, Jason, and Emma gathered in the cafeteria to devise a plan for their illicit adventure. They had heard of a legend that hidden in the basement of the college was an old room unknown to anyone. Determined to investigate this legend, they brought along flashlights, campus maps, and even some provisions. As the clock struck midnight, the group made their way to the basement. The darkness inside was deeper than they anticipated, and only the dim light of their flashlights illuminated their path. The basement proved to be a labyrinth of closed doors and winding corridors, where ghostly whispers and rustlings seemed to echo. Descending to the lowest level, they discovered an old door that appeared abandoned and forgotten. Inside, they found a room filled with dusty old books and strange artifacts. Among them was an old painting depicting a group of students strikingly similar to themselves. Beneath the painting, they found a note detailing an ancient ritual that was supposed to grant them power over the college. All four looked at each other in horror, realizing that their adventure had become far more terrifying than they had anticipated. But it was too late to turn back. They decided to follow the instructions on the note, unaware of the consequences it might bring. As they read aloud the ancient incantations, the air in the room filled with strange noises, and shadows began to dance on the walls, as if they wanted to convey something. Suddenly, everything fell silent, so quiet that they could hear their own heartbeat. And then, suddenly, the ground beneath them began to shake, and the walls started to crack. The group of students found themselves trapped amidst falling rocks and smoke. Though all four were alarmed, they decided to stick together and search for a way out. Finally, they found a narrow door leading to a tunnel that appeared to be a forgotten passage. Despite the danger, they decided to press on. But no matter where they went, the tunnel seemed endless, and the air grew heavier with each step. In the end, they emerged on the surface, only to find that they were not in the college. Instead of familiar buildings and park alleys, they were confronted with a desolate landscape engulfed in darkness and gloom. The group of students was left alone in the midst of an unfamiliar world, with no understanding of how they got there or how to return. Now their adventure was just beginning. As the group of students stood in the eerie landscape, their hearts raced with fear and confusion. They were far from the familiar comforts of Arkmont College, stranded in a realm shrouded in mystery and darkness. With no other option but to press forward, they embarked on their journey through the desolate landscape. The terrain was treacherous, with jagged rocks and twisted trees looming ominously in the shadows. Every step they took seemed to lead them deeper into the unknown. As they walked, they couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Strange sounds echoed through the air, and eerie whispers seemed to follow them wherever they went. It was as if the very land itself was alive, watching their every move with malevolent intent. Despite their fear, the group remained determined to find a way back home. They searched desperately for any signs of civilization or a path that might lead them back to Arkmont College. But the landscape remained barren and desolate, offering no clues as to where they were or how they could return. Hours turned into days as they continued their journey, their spirits slowly fading with each passing moment. Yet, even in the face of despair, they refused to give up hope. They knew that they had to find a way back, no matter the cost. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, they stumbled upon a dilapidated structure nestled among the darkened trees. It was a small, run-down cabin, barely standing against the onslaught of time and decay. But to the weary travelers, it offered a glimmer of hope, a chance to rest and regroup before continuing their quest. Cautiously, they approached the cabin, their hearts pounding in their chests. As they stepped inside, they were greeted by the musty scent of age and neglect. The interior was dimly lit by flickering candlelight, casting eerie shadows across the walls. But despite its ominous appearance, the cabin offered them a moment of respite from the terrors of the outside world. They lit a fire in the hearth and huddled together for warmth, sharing stories of their lives before their fateful journey began. As they sat in the flickering firelight, a sense of camaraderie washed over them, binding them together in their shared struggle. Though they were far from home and faced unimaginable dangers, they knew that as long as they had each other, they would find a way to survive.